Chapter 9. If I get killed, what will happen?
I don't see him,
said Kissam. Toby pulled out the stone and spun it around on the pointer finger. He then clasped it in his hand and put it in his pocket.
Well, apparently I'm very much alive,
he put simply. Itachi smiled.
I won't turn back on you at all this time.
Actually, I was hoping to join Shiro.
Itachi stepped back.
But aren't you the...
Nope, I killed the Guardian long ago. I just wanted a place to hang out at. Plus I got the stone. Let me join and I'll be glad to hand it over.
A dagger flew through his forehead and he fell to the ground, disappearing.
No thanks,
said Itachi, smiling. Demonic laughing was heard all over. Shadows flew from the walls and infulged the room in darkness. The room was now pitch black. Even Itachi couldn't see through this. Moments later, slash after slash smashed into Kissam and Itachi. They tried blocking them off, but it was useless. Finalizing this was a stab from all sides. Itachi sent a blast of fire trailing to his left and right, lighting up the room. The dozens of Tobys spun around the fire, killing it. The two continued their efforts to block, then Itachi noticed something. The true Toby was afloat in mid-air about 20 feet above them. Itachi ran up the wall and jumped off, slashing Toby in the leg.
Gah, how'd you?
Says Toby just as Itachi grabbed his leg and threw him down to the ground.
Damn, he's gotten way faster since he's joined Shiro. Too bad I couldn't get in, hee,
thought Toby to himself.
I guess it's what I get, duh.
Itachi pulled back and slowly ripped off the mask. It wouldn't budge easily, it takes inhuman strength to get it off. Nothing too much for a Shiro member though. The entire time he had his hand on the mask, a sharp staticing buzz rampaged through his head. It finally ripped off, and he picked it up. Clasping it with all his strength, the mask cracked and cracked. Seconds later it shattered into oblivion. The darkness had now faded away.
That was stupid,
said Kissam, brushing off his robe.
How did you even kill him?
He was already dead,
said Itachi sadly.
He's my cousin. We used to be best friends, but he got selfish and it led to his death.
Kissam looked at Itachi. Itachi's eyes, nose, and ears had blood flowing from them.
He have no idea where he found such a mask, but whatever he was, he gave him those powers and even kept him going on in life. Not to mention his closing act, my head is pudding.
Itachi kneeled to the ground and grasped his head. Kissam looked at him and turned his eyes over to Toby. He had the face of a teenager around 15 and his eyes were red, just like Itachi's. Itachi was screaming and groaning at his head. Kissam grabbed the boy and walked over to Itachi. He put his neck on Itachi's shoulder and squeezed as hard as he could. Itachi fell to the ground. He picked up Itachi and ran out.
We're lost,
says Dosu.
Yes, I know that!
Replied Raikou.
That's what happens when the temple is a big mess!
The walls suddenly rumbled and moved.
Great!
Said Raikou.
I can't believe I haven't even noticed. The walls are made of mere stone,
says Dosu. Raikou gave a loud groan and stopped his shockwaves into the walls, knocking them all down in pieces. They ran forward and entered a room. All that was in it was a lone coffin.
How classic,
said Dosu, walking up to it. He kicked his leg up and a small bolt shot out from the bottom, smacking into the top of the coffin. This opened it and revealed a man inside with black and white skin. He gave a sigh and sat up.
Ah, Shiro, what's up?
He asked. Raiku's eyes widened.
What do you mean, what's up?
Well, you're with Hidden, right?
Well, yeah, but we're here for the stone,
says Dosu.
Ah.
The man got up and walked out of his coffin and towards a wall with ancient writings.
According to this, there's a magical lock that can't be opened until the Guardian has died. That kinda sucks for me, huh?
His eyes shone purple and his facial expression changed. He pulled out a scythe and twirled it around until it came to a stop behind his back. Raikou raised an eyebrow.
You know this is the temple me and my brother entered 10 years ago and caught this curse. I wouldn't recommend the feeling,
He said. Dosu walked up and his arms opened up multiple holes. Seconds later, flashes of light burst out in a machine gun fashion from his arms and crashed into the Guardian. He rushed forward and kneed the man in the stomach and grabbed his face. A hole opened in the hand and shot out a large blast of energy. Smoke flew all over. When it cleared, the man's left arm and head were missing.
All right! You got him!
Said Raikou. Seconds later, the missing head and arms sunk into a shadow and drifted back up to the body.
Ah, so refreshed,
He said.
You really are his brother!
Said Raikou. Dosu laughed.
I know how to deal with these guys. Riku, I'll need your help.
Raikou nodded. Karo, Genma, Jack, Mjerky, and Lane were about halfway there in the middle of a forest. They looked left and saw a group of shoes men going also. Jack shot ice out and caused the ground to become icy under the men's feet, causing them to slip and fall. Karo then called down thunder and crushed everything, including the ice and men under it.
This is taking too long. Here?
Said Karo as he held out his glowing yellow hands. Small bolts of electricity sparked over the group and their running speed increased.
Leader, I have the stone,
Says Kisum as he laid down Toby and Itachi.
Good.
Said the leader as he walked over to him. Kisum pulled the stone out and handed it to the leader.